friends, welcome to Let's Tute Accountancy. So today we are starting with the first question of final accounts of manufacturing concern. In our previous session, we have already understood what is manufacturing account, format of manufacturing account and trading P&L and balance sheet, that is proper final accounts of manufacturing concern. We have also seen two adjustment videos where we have studied all the basic adjustments related to this concerns and which are commonly asked in your exam. So if you have missed out those sessions, do check that out because that will create a base for your chapter. And friends, if you like our session, don't forget to like and share with your friends and subscribe to our channel, that is Let's Tute Accountancy, and hit the bell icon to get the updates for further videos. Also, we have our website, that is www.letstute.com, on which you will get all the accountancy courses at very minimum prices, where we have tried to cover all the concepts with problem solving, with study material. So do check that out. So starting with the today's question, that is question 1. From the following details for the year end date 31st March 2019, prepare manufacturing account, trading account and profit and loss account of Prium Limited. So in this question, we just have to prepare manufacturing, trading and P&L, but they have not asked you to prepare balance sheet in this question. Now basically, as we have already discussed, manufacturing account will deal with all the expense and income related to manufacturing of the goods or production of the goods. Trading account will deal with all the sales of finished goods and cost of production and anything or any transaction involving with the finished goods, like drawings, like goods given as free samples, etc. And in profit and loss account, we record all the office and admin expenses and other selling and distribution expenses and all the indirect income. So these are the three accounts which we need to prepare in this question in the books of Prium Limited. So I have already prepared the format for the same, that is in the books of Prium Limited. Manufacturing account, now this is also a nominal account which is prepared for the year. So it is also for the year ended 31st March. Same trading account and profit and loss account for the year ended 31st March 2019. So basically, let's see the information which is given. Now people, the table which is given over here is not a trial balance, because if you see, generally trial balance have a debit and credit side and which tallies, but over here it is not a trial balance. If you see, there is depreciation which is written on the right hand side, so this is not a trial balance, but all the data is given to you in a tabular format. So basically, if it is given on the right hand side, it is not credit, so it is not income. So you just have to mark the items where it will go, whether manufacturing account debit or credit, trading account debit or credit, or profit and loss account debit or credit. So we'll start marking the items. First, they have given us opening stock of raw material. Now opening stock of raw material, so raw material is related to production, and we have seen in our first video that in manufacturing account we have cost of material consumed, where we write as opening stock of raw material plus purchase of raw material plus all the purchase related expenses less purchase return and less closing stock of raw material, and that gives us cost of material consumed. So this raw material consumed will go to manufacturing account debit side. Then we have work in progress opening stock. So again it is related to manufacturing of goods. It will also go to manufacturing account debit side. I'm just writing the short form. Now in your exam, if it is not allowed to mark the items on question paper, so please avoid that, or else you just mark with the pencil and just erase it after you have solved the sum, or else you can try avoiding the markings and directly just read the question once and start posting the items. But since we are discussing over here, I am writing the items so that you will get the reference where the items will go, whether manufacturing account, trading account and profit and loss account, and in each whether debit or credit. So next, opening stock of finished goods. Now finished goods items are dealt in trading account. So in trading account debit side. Purchase of raw material will go to raw material consumed, cost of material consumed, so that is manufacturing account debit side. Carriage outwards. Now carriage outwards is your carriage for sale of goods. Carriage inwards is for the purchase of goods and carriage outward is for the sales of goods. So for sales, whatever the carriage expense has incurred, that would be debited to profit and loss account. So P&L debit, because all the selling expenses comes in your P&L account. Now next is your sales. So sales will go to trading credit, trading account, because it would be sales of finished goods. Return inwards. Now return inwards is your sales return. So we'll say less from sales. And what we can do is we can just put a star mark over here. Why star mark? That will indicate that there is some adjustment. So we'll write the sales figure in the inner column. Then that is office rent. So this is your office expense, P&L account debit. Royalty on production. So now this is again production related expenses. So this is a manufacturing expense. So manufacturing account debit. Office salary, office expense, P&L debit. Direct wages, again manufacturing expense. So manufacturing account debit. This is your purchase return. So over here we have purchase of raw material. So it would be purchase return of this. So less from purchases, and we'll put a star mark over here. Then we have electricity and water charges. This will be also related, electricity and water charges. So this will be also related to a manufacturing expense. So manufacturing debit. Then we have depreciation of furniture. Now generally furniture is there in the office. So all the office expenses goes to P&L. So depreciation on furniture will also go to P&L account. So P&L account debit. Next is your plant, depreciation on plant. Now plant is in a factory. So depreciation on plant will go to manufacturing account debit. Then we have factory shed. Again it is a factory expense. So manufacturing account debit. Factory rent, manufacturing account debit. Then we have duty and clearing charges. Now this duty and clearing charges will be for purchase of this raw material. So when we are purchasing this raw material, we will have to pay this duties and clearing charges for this. So that also comes under manufacturing account, and this all the expenses which are related to purchase of raw material are added in the cost of material consumed. So this would be added to this purchase cost. That means all the expenses which are incurred for purchase of raw material will be added to the purchase cost. So this would be added over here in purchase of raw material. I can even put one more star. Then repairs and maintenance, again this would be related to the factory machines and all, repairs and all. So this will also go to manufacturing account debit side because it would be a factory expense. Works manager salary. Now till now all the salaries you always have posted in the profit and loss account, because we always assume that is the salary related to office staff. But over here it is clearly given that it is works manager salary. So works manager is there in the factory. So his salary would be a factory expense. So that would be manufacturing account debit. Then we have advertisement. So advertisement would be P&L debit. So that would be a selling expense. Then we have closing stock of raw material. Now raw materials closing stock would go to raw material consumed as deduction. So closing stock will be deducted from raw material consumed in manufacturing account debit side. That we will see once we prepare the format, and this we have discussed in our first session also, how these cost of raw material consumed is presented in your manufacturing account. Then we have closing stock of WIP, so that will go to manufacturing account credit side, and finished goods closing stock, that will also go to trading account credit side. So all the stock related to raw material and work in progress are related to production of the goods, so that goes to manufacturing account. But if it relates to finished goods, or if it is a sales of finished goods, so then it is like a trading activity where you sell your finished goods or where you have stock of finished goods, that goes to trading account. It is okay even in your exam if you don't do the markings, because directly once you read the question you will get the fair idea of what are the items and where it will go, and then you can directly post the items. What you can do, wherever there are just adjustment, you can just put a little bit of dot with a pencil. In the question paper you can with a pencil just put a dot, so that will remind you while posting the items, yes there is some adjustment, so you need to write in the inner column. So this is marking is done. So now we'll start with the posting. Now in manufacturing account, basically how we present the items, that we will see. So first we write as 2 opening stock of WIP. Then we have 2 cost of material consumed, in which all the raw material items and all raw material purchase, opening, closing stock will come over here. So cost of material consumed. And on the credit side, we write as by closing stock of WIP. And there can be also sale of scrap if it is given in the question, but it was not there. So these are the basic item which generally comes in a manufacturing account, which you can post in the beginning itself, or you can even post with the items as and when it comes in your question. But basically write the opening stock of WIP first and then write as cost of material consumed. So now we'll start with this. First is raw material, opening stock of raw material. So this opening stock of raw material will come under cost of material consumed. Over here we write as opening stock. And opening stock of raw material is 70,000. We'll write in the inner column. Then we have opening stock of WIP. So opening stock of WIP, we have already written the first item in manufacturing account. So that will come as 60,000. Then we have opening stock of finished goods. Now opening stock of finished goods goes to trading account debit. So in your trading account on the debit side, we write as to opening stock of finished goods, and to opening stock of finished goods is 85,000. So over here it would be 85,000. Then we have purchase of raw material. So it would be added over here in opening stock to find out cost of material consumed. So we'll say add purchases. I'm not writing as purchase of raw material because anyways we have written as cost of material consumed, or you can even write as cost of raw material consumed. That is also okay. So that is again in the inner column 2,20,000. Then we have carriage outwards. Now this is the selling expense, will come in your profit and loss account to carriage outward, and carriage outward is 1,700. In this question there are no adjustment, other adjustments are given. Then we have sales. So sales will go to trading account credit side. So over here buy sales, and since there is a sales return also, we'll write in the inner column 8,25,000. Then you have return inwards, so that would be deducted from sales less return inwards, and that is 5,000. After that we have office rent. Again it is an office expense, so P&L account debit side to office rent, that is 2,000. Then we have royalty on production. Now this is a manufacturing expense, will come in your manufacturing account. All the common expenses which are related to manufacturing of a goods we have already discussed in our first video, where we have discussed all the items in detail. So just check that video, so that will give you a clear concept of manufacturing account, because that is the new thing which you are studying in this chapter. Otherwise trading P&L balance sheet, that we have already studied in final accounts of sole proprietor or final accounts of partnership firms. So next is this royalty and production. I'll leave some space for that, purchase return duties and closing stock of raw material and all. So I'll leave some space for that, and then I'll write as to royalty on production, and which is 2,000. Then we have office salary. Office salary will also go to P&L account. So to office salaries, which is 8,000. Then we have direct wages. So direct wages is again a manufacturing expense, so that will also come in your manufacturing account to direct wages, 82,400. Now in your manufacturing account you can give headers like opening stock of WIP, cost of material consumed, then direct wages, then manufacturing expense, and then factory overheads. The headings which we have discussed in first video. So if you can give those headings and write the items below it, so all the expenses which are related to factory will come separately, which are related to manufacturing will come separately. So that gives a better presentation of your answer. But if you are not writing those headings and you are just posting the items like this, that is also fine. So direct wages is done. Then we have purchase return. Purchase return would be deducted from purchase, but I'll leave a line for this duty and clearing charges. So I'll leave 2 lines for that, and then I'll write as less purchase return, and which is 10,000. Then we have electricity and water charges, again manufacturing expense it is. So 2 electricity and water charges, which is 3,800. Then we have depreciation on furniture, so it will go to profit and loss account. To depreciation on furniture, that is 4,300. After which we have depreciation on plant and factory shed, so that will come over here. To depreciation on plant, it is 1,700. We can write in the inner column and total the depreciation and outer, or you can directly write in the outer column, that is also fine. Then we have factory shed, and that is 3,200. Then we have factory rent, so it is again your manufacturing expense or factory expense. So to factory rent, that is 5,400. Then we have duty and clearing charges, so this will be added to purchase because it is related to purchase of raw material. So it would be added over here, add duty and clearing charge, which is 1,500, so this would be added. Then we have repairs and maintenance, so 2 repairs and maintenance, which is 2,500. Then we have works manager salary. Now since I have a lesser space over here, I am writing in the short form, but avoid writing short forms in your exam. So 2 works manager salary, that is 8,000. Then we have repairs and maintenance is done, works manager salary is done. Then we have advertisement, which will go to P&L account. So 2 advertisement, which is 4,000. Then we have closing stock of raw material, which will be deducted over here from raw material consumed. So less closing stock. So closing stock of raw material is 50,500. Whenever it is a less figure, do write in the brackets, so that when you calculate, the bracket figure will denote that you need to deduct that. Then you have closing stock of WIP, that comes in your manufacturing account credit side. So closing stock of work in progress is 70,000, so that will come over here, 70,000. And lastly we have closing stock of finished goods, which will come in your trading account credit side. So by closing stock of finished goods, and that is 75,000. So yes, we are done with all the items which are related to manufacturing of the goods. So now if you see the cost of material consumed, so all the items which are related to materials, then all the items which are related to production and factory, that all comes in your manufacturing account. Work in progress is the raw material which is in progress, which is in production, but it is not yet converted into finished goods. So that is WIP. Then that is also related to production of goods because it is not yet converted into finished goods. So that also comes in your manufacturing account, opening stock and closing stock of WIP. Then all the transactions which are related to finished goods, that is opening stock, then sales, closing stock of finished goods, that comes in your trading account. And all the office and selling expenses and admin expenses will come in your profit and loss account. There is no indirect income given in the question. So we are done with the posting of the items which are given in the question. Now next what you have to do, just bring the inner column totals to outer column, and then we can do the final totaling. So over here, first of all we have cost of material consumed. So we'll just find out the total figure for this. So we have 70,000 plus 2,20,000 plus 1,500 minus 10,000 minus 50,500. So cost of material consumed comes to 2,31,000. Then over here also we have 8,25,000 minus 5,000. So that is 8,20,000. Net sales, this is known as net sales, and all the other figures are there in the outer column. Now just start totaling. While you total this up, the manufacturing account will give you cost of production, or we can say cost of goods produced. Whatever the costs which are incurred to produce the finished goods will be transferred from your manufacturing account to trading account. So see how this comes. You first have to total your debit side because your expenses will be more. Over here you have incurred all the expenses for manufacturing of those goods. So total your debit side and deduct your credit side items total. So while totaling this, we have 60,000 plus 2,31,000 plus 2,000 plus 82,400 plus 3,800 plus 1,700, 3,200, 5,400, 2,500 and 8,000. So that comes to 4 lakhs. So total comes to 4 lakhs minus closing stock of WIP is 70,000. So minus 70,000. So that comes to 3,30,000. Now this 3,30,000 is cost of goods produced during the year. So for this year, how much worth of cost of goods are produced? So it is 3,30,000. So over here we'll write as this would be transferred to trading account. So this we will write as by trading account. We can say cost of goods produced, or we can say cost of production. So this is the cost we have incurred, which is 3,30,000. Since it is a balancing figure, just put a circle on that. So this 3,30,000 will be transferred to trading account debit side. So in your trading account, we'll say to manufacturing account, cost of production, which is 3,30,000. So basically, if you see the trading account, we already had the opening stock of finished goods of say 85,000. Then cost of production. So this much worth of goods are produced during the year. So that is 3,30,000. There is some sales of 8,20,000 of finished goods, and there is a closing stock of finished goods still lying at the end of the year, which is 75,000. Now this trading of finished goods, or this sales of finished goods, will give you gross profit or gross loss. So over here, since your sales figure is more, we will get gross profit 8,20,000 plus 75,000. So that comes to 8,95,000. 8,95,000. Now this is the basic totaling as we have done in all the normal final accounts question. Minus 85,000 minus 3,30,000. So that comes to 4,80,000. This is gross profit carried down. So during the year we earned a gross profit of 4,80,000. This will come in your P&L account. So by gross profit brought down 4,80,000. Then just total up your P&L account. So 4,80,000. Your credit side is higher. Minus 4,80,000 minus 1,700. Minus we have 2,000, 8,000, 2,000, 8,000. Then we have 4,300 and 4,000. So total it comes to 4,60,000. To net profit carried down. So this is the net profit which we have earned during the year, which is 4,60,000. So if you see this question, it was very simple. Just the new thing which you studied for this sum is preparation of manufacturing account. Otherwise, trading account and profit and loss account we have prepared so many times in final accounts of proprietor, partnership and everything. But this is the new concept which we are studying in this chapter. Also, you will have to be very careful for some of the items, like generally we've always put depreciation in profit and loss account. But now if the depreciation is related to factory assets, it goes to manufacturing account. Again, generally we always used to put all the salary expense in profit and loss account because we always assume that is your office expense or office salary. But now you will have to see if it is salary related to factory employees like works manager or supervisor salary, then it goes to manufacturing account. If it is office salary, it comes in your profit and loss account. And in your trading account, we don't put wages and everything because wages expense or all the direct expenses are again related to manufacturing. So now all the direct expenses comes in your manufacturing account, which gives you cost of production, which comes in your trading account where we deal with the finished goods and we find out gross profit or gross loss. Transfer to P&L, put your office and indirect expenses and indirect incomes in your P&L, find out net profit or net loss, which would be transferred to capital in your balance sheet. Over here we have not prepared balance sheet. In next question we are going to see the entire final accounts with the adjustments, where we will also prepare balance sheet with these 3 accounts, and that balance sheet will show all the assets and liabilities. And in that question we will also study some of the adjustments which are most repeatedly asked in your exam. So I hope you understood this first question very properly. If you have any doubt or any queries related to any items or any account, do post in the comment section below. Also, you can become our Prime member by clicking the join button below, where you will get access to many perks at very affordable prices. And if you like our videos, then do subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon so you will get the updates for all the videos uploaded in future. So see you in the next session with many more sums on manufacturing concern final accounts. Till then, keep watching, keep learning. Thank you.